Every conversation starts the same way, with competition. This is Coffee.Press.Play, a live experience from the Business of Games podcast brought to you by Exola. We bring the best minds of the games to the table, but first, we make them compete. One game, one cup of coffee, one honest conversation about all the things we love about the business of games. Let's press play. Welcome to Coffee.Press.Play, an event series by the Business of Games podcast. We're joined today by Adam and TJ. Go ahead and say your name and introduce yourselves and kind of what you guys do in the industry.
Hi, I'm Adam Krause. I am one of the founders of Miniboss Solutions. We are an embedded publishing partner. We basically help indie studios and small publishers take their games to market. I've been in the industry for about 20 years, predominantly on the go-to-market paid media side. So I worked at Ubisoft, Capcom, Striking Distance, and 2K.
My name is TJ Consunji. I'm a managing partner and founder at Miniboss Solutions. Kind of expanding on that a little bit, we believe that every game deserves AAA strategy and execution. And when we say AAA, we say AAA mindset, not budget. And we want to help, really great games find their consumers. I've been in the industry over 20 years and worked at PlayStation for about 17, 18 of that. Games like God of War, Uncharted, Horizon, SOCOM, Gran Turismo. These are just some of the titles that I worked on, and so I'm really glad. Thank you for having us.
Fantastic careers, both of you. It's not over yet. We're getting into this, so we're here for Coffee.Press.Play, and I'll explain a little bit. We have coffee. We're going to play a game of Super Smash Brothers, okay? Once we play that, you guys will figure out who's going to play. You're going to play against me. If you win, you get the easy question. If you lose, you're going to get a more difficult question. So are you ready?
Yeah, sure, I'll go. I'll go. I mean, if this was Mario Kart, I'd be a lot more confident right now. You keep turning me into the egg.
Uh-oh, oh no. This has happened many times.
Oh, no.
Finally.
I told you I'm really bad.
You get the hard hat question.
Yeah, okay.
What is challenging in the industry today, and how are you fixing it?
I was going to go to that right away. Is there's so much noise, and it's trying to cut through the noise, and discoverability is definitely the key challenge right now. And I mean, that's actually exactly why we founded Miniboss in the first place. I mean, TJ and I both come from the AAA space, and when we say AAA is a mindset, really you need that mindset to be able to cut through the clutter. And I think what we bring is the strategy and the muscle memory to help developers understand how to navigate this very cluttered landscape. It's really about understanding how to build a strategy and how to use the tools effectively to be able to hit your goals, but also how to kind of clarify what those goals are in the first place. And I think that, a lot of the partners that we're working with, when you're working with indie developers, a lot of them just decide that they're going to self-publish. They don't realize how difficult publishing is until they get like halfway through. And, for us, it's kind of like, okay, what is your platform strategy? What is your messaging strategy? What audiences are you going after? So many folks just want to get a game out there and hope that it sticks. But we kind of help focus that conversation.
Do you sometimes feel that game publishers or people who are new to the publishing world, like, oh, I've been a developer all my life and now I want to make my own and publish my own game. Maybe they didn't really understand the full scope of what publishing meant?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of nailed it on the head with what you said earlier and what you said now. I mean, 19,000 games, I think maybe even 20 this year came to Steam, and we're all fighting for the same space on the stores, the same mind share from consumers, the same attention from the media. That's a lot of people fighting for the same things. Now, we focus a lot on AA and indie developers, mid-side developers, and that's partly because, we've had pretty strong careers in the AAA space, and we get it. These guys may not have that kind of budget, but they need that kind of mindset and strategy because, if the big guys make a mistake, they have the resources to buy themselves out of trouble. But for the smaller guys, it can be pretty fatal and hard to recover. So we kind of help identify who we want to talk to, how we want to talk about their game to really drive appeal. So that's kind of what we focus on.
So let me ask you this. AAA mindset, right?
Yeah.
You and I, obviously, we've had our history. We launched some big games. I know your history. You've launched some really big games. You talk about this mindset. One of the things that we all had were big budgets. Big budgets allow you to get that mind share.
Yeah.
Right? But the mindset, obviously, you're saying shift. The question I would ask you then is, how do you account, because AA indies don't necessarily have that budget. What are some of the things that you guys have done in practice that allows them, and maybe there's a shift in how marketing is done, right?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, TV was huge. When's the last time you've done a billboard? Those are things that almost are dated. What are some of the vehicles, the marketing vehicles and media vehicles you use today that's differentiated and really compensating, in a sense, for that larger budget?
So you mentioned tools and technology earlier when you kind of queued up the question, and I think that's one of the benefits right now. I think that it's much easier now to get very granular and target your audience at scale without having to spend a ton of money to be able to get those folks. But where the AAA mindset comes in is, what do you say to them once you target them? You know, what is your messaging strategy? What is your positioning? How are you thinking about this? How are you building a plan to go after these folks? A lot of developers that we talk to just assume, okay, cool, so we're about ready to start, like, we want to announce the game and we want to like put it in Summer Game Fest, and then we want to just start generating wish lists. Okay, that's great, but who is your consumer that you're going after in the first place, and how do you kind of focus that? And thankfully there are the tools and the resources right now for you to be able to get really granular and kind of apply that AAA mindset without the AAA budget.
And to add on that, don't approach it as if you're launching a product or a game. You're building a brand.
Yeah.
Right? You're trying to build a relationship with a consumer who doesn't know anything about the game you're making. So you really, you got to approach it from building as if you're building a brand. And that's a big shift that I know we went through when we were at PlayStation together, and, you know, changing from launching games to building these big brand franchises, right? And it doesn't matter what size you are, you got to do that because you got to figure out how to talk to the consumers and drive appeal and drive that affinity and get them really, you know, into your brand.
Thank you. This has been an episode of Coffee.Press.Play. I want to thank Adam and TJ for joining us today. So hopefully you guys had a good time. If you like this content at home, follow us on LinkedIn or follow us on Spotify. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.